to be honest, when I first heard about this perk, because they didn't release they didn't have the tier list, they didn't know all the upgrades. It was just like depth perception. I was thinking, okay, cool, like you can see through walls. I get it, but is that the one I get right before Tombstone, like my second to last? I didn't see how that was going to be a great benefit, but now, all right, welcome back. Today's going to be a new video in the series where I take all the newly released content, season 5 for example, and use it for a whole week, see how it performs, and I want to show you all the pros, the cons, different ways, different things are useful. If it's no good, I'm gonna let you know. If it's great, I want to let you know. Also, it takes a while. I won't be that guy who's gonna get you like season 5 drops and then 2 seconds later I got like 5 videos in one day or something. Like, no. I genuinely want to play test it and give you a proper review, like something that I'd want if I was to be looking at this from your perspective, I guess. It's enough of me blabbering on. Hope you enjoy it, like it. If you dislike it, that's fine. If it sucks, type sucks. Let me know. I welcome all feedback. But without further ado, let's get into it. Beginning with the most important thing, the pros, right? What is it useful for? Obviously, you're gonna see through walls. I mean, that's pretty much a given when you get this perk, right? With no tiers, no nothing, no crystals on it, you're gonna see through walls. But a very underrated feature, which I think it's a blessing, honestly. The mini-map refresh rate is noticeably faster and actually useful. I never used it before. I find myself using it in combination with the walls just to kind of map out certain spaces, like maybe I'm trying to go to the mystery box tight spot up there in the Corber building. It's good to kind of know your routes and figure out a way to kind of navigate out without just relying on, because it's only when there's something in front of the zombies, right, that they're going to be super highlighted. So if there's nothing in front of them, they're just there. The aerial view is nice. You can really see how it's refreshing. It's fast. Not super fast, but went from being useless to useful, in my opinion. So another pro in name after that would be the increased salvage. Huge difference does that make in the setup of the game. You can you can try it. I don't recommend getting it as your first perk. I only did it because I'm trying to show this as as an example. But if you do happen to get it as your first perk, you could really have a much faster setup. I mean, obviously about 20% faster. So huge difference in terms of, like, let's say you're round 10 with this and you got it like at round 6. Check your salvage. You'll notice a huge bump. So where you'll be able to definitely afford like armor, all that other good stuff. So namely, I would say for the third main pro, it's going to be that 25% increase in armor penetration. So, I mean, self-explanatory. I mean, if you're maybe not going past round 20, it's not going to be a huge, like, you're not going to notice like a huge difference. But once you hit like 25, 30, 35, it's very handy. A lot of armored, actually I say that, there's an incredible amount of armored zombies, and finally you have something to really mitigate that in a huge way. Huge way. Okay, so those are going to be your 3 main pros that I've noticed when I play tested it. Now let's get into the cons. What's not to like about depth perception? And this might just be a personal issue, but I have a color deficiency or color blindness on the red-green spectrum. So if you're like me and those little indicators that are supposed to tell you when like zombies are behind you, sometimes they're red, I'm not gonna lie, I don't notice that as much. To me, it's I would say it's useless, but that's really dependent on the person. As you can see, my zombies are purple for that very reason. It's handy. I don't know. Another thing I mean, I really, if I pay attention, I can see the arrows. Like they're not gonna like pop out at me, but I notice they have to be pretty close to you. It's not like they're Okay, like if I'm in a small room, yes, it'll help. But if I'm like outside, it's not. They have to be like right on you for you to have that indicator. At least what I've seen. I would say, namely, the majority are all pros. That's good. The one con is me being, I'm just have a color blindness. That sucks for me, right? But for y'all, it's probably, I hope it's useful. Let me know if it is. Comment. Just be like, yeah, I could. The arrows are nice, so I can, maybe get some more perspective on it. But maybe it is useless to you as well. Who knows? So, next, when should you buy this perk? Right? Let's say you're running solo. Stop shaking my mic. So let's say you're running solo. When's the best time to buy this perk? Honestly, buy it. I buy Quick Revive, Stamina, and Elemental Pop. Those are my first three, always, in that exact order. So if you go down, you can still get up. I used to get Mule Kick as my fourth, but this jumped that. So Mule Kick is now my fifth. Okay, so we went over the pros and cons. We got when you should buy it, and now how should you use it, right? I mean, obviously you want to see how it's useful. You become the camping god. So as you can see right here, this makes it effortless. I can't even tell you how easy this is to do. It's almost like I could probably eat and do this strat and no problem. Easy. Effortless. Super easy. If you're trying to grind Dark Ether, trying to do all that, I mean, can you go wrong? Like, look at this. It's almost not even fair. So I just want to show like how it's useful here. If you're in the streets of Berlin and you get caught slipping, you can see how easy this perk just kind of lets you figure it all out. I mean, like I said, you're a Warzone hacker like times a million. Look at this. It's effortless. You're able to just it's almost too easy. Like, I feel bad. Mind you, this is only round 21, and this just kind of gives you an idea. Like, look how it's not even like they have to be a certain distance close to you to where then they highlight. You can pretty much see them through like multiple objects, really through anything. I hope they don't change that, and I hope they don't make it to where they have to be like within a perimeter of you to then be glowing. Like I said, it just helps the whole setup. It doesn't hurt. Look at that. You can see through walls like you're a Warzone hacker. You literally get wall hacks in a soda. I don't know what else you can want. You get a little bit of wall. You get some Warzone hacks. You get all these other perks, not actual sodas, but like benefits with it. To me, this is no Tombstone. I actually enjoy this perk a lot. Like, to be honest, when I first heard about this perk, because they didn't release they didn't have the tier list, they didn't know all the upgrades. It was just like depth perception. I was thinking, okay, cool. Like, you can see through walls. I get it, but is that gonna be like the one I get right before Tombstone, like my second to last? I didn't see how that was gonna be a great benefit, but now after it's come out, I've used it. I couldn't imagine not having it. If you're trying to camp, you're honestly you're golden. You're like the camping god. If you're trying to grind Dark Ether, perfect. This almost eliminates like the majority of the stress of knowing where all the zombies are going to be coming from. If you like going high rounds, it's going to benefit you in ways that you can't even. It's almost incomprehensible how beneficial this perk can be. And just anticipating where you're going to be moving and running around. I went from being very skeptical about it to I'm a big fan. I would rate this really well. Actually, on a scale of 10, I will have to give it about an 8.5. I'm honest, which is tremendous. I mean, it would be. I don't think this is going to be a perfect 10 ever, but this is. I mean, 8.5 to me is phenomenal. I rate it lower because it's. Quality of life update needs to happen, like I said, for the colorblind people. Not fair, I guess, but you're not in that category, this is probably a solid 9, if not like almost a 10. Phenomenal perk. Really enjoyed it. This is one that I didn't mind obviously using for a week. It was super fun. If you have any doubts, obviously you probably know this by now, this perk is good. I wanted to make this video to kind of show how I'm going to format these, how I'm going to do these moving forward, also to put it out there and see, get feedback. Maybe I missed some points, maybe there's some things or questions I didn't think of that y'all can think of and let me know. That way I can do it in my next video, or maybe you want to see something specific, you can let me know. Just comment if you want to see like something specific. Maybe a melee, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Let me know. I'm always looking for video ideas to do this whole week thing with. But yeah, so far I really enjoyed Death Perception. Really only have good things to say about it in this case, except for those few little colorblind things. But other than that, it's a pretty solid perk. Like I said, buy it as your 4th perk. You won't go wrong. You'll set up a lot faster. Won't have to worry as much. Makes just the whole experience a lot easier. If you're a more casual player, you don't want to get play sweaty. Perfect perk for you. But other than that, I want to kind of conclude it there, end it there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like it. If you didn't, dislike it. If you have any feedback, let me know. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. You can hit me up on YouTube, comment, whatever. And until then, I will see y'all in the next one. So take care and goodbye.